Hello and welcome to Unleashed, the show that explores how to thrive as an independent professional. I'm your host, Will Bachman, and I'm here today with Pankaj Tibrewal. I'll say that we are doing this episode as a video episode. So if you're just listening, you may want to look at your phone because Pankaj is going to screen share. He is the founder of a tool called Board. That's B-O-R-D, board.com. It's the whiteboard together at the speed of thought. Unlock your team's potential with a collaborative workspace for problem solving, brainstorming, and storyboarding. That is their slogan. Pankaj, tell me about this tool that you have built.
So first off, thanks for having me, Will. Really appreciate it. So we built Board to essentially help with three things. One is to just problem solve on a whiteboard that I got used to doing at McKinsey. Second is to create an outline for a presentation together with your team. And third is to actually mark up a PowerPoint if you already have one.
Okay, cool. So I definitely can experience the need for all three of those things. Why don't we start? We got the whiteboard showing me here. Why don't you show us a little bit about some of the things that we could do if you're maybe used to working on a whiteboard together, but now people are working remotely, or it's just more convenient for your team to work remotely. Show us some of the things that you can do on the whiteboard.
Sure. So first off, you can draw and write very, very easily. So just two shortcuts. So press and hold D and move your mouse and you can start drawing. Double click anywhere, you can start typing.
That's cool.
So just with these two shortcuts, you're able to, write and draw very, very quickly. Things that you draw frequently, you can just highlight and save in your library. We have lots of other templates and stuff that you can use from the library and symbols. You can do the usual things like, shapes, post-its, images, and so on. That's the first thing. So easily draw and write together. You can also do it on the iPad, and the experience is synced. So, I could draw on my iPad and do everything else on the computer.
Oh, that's super cool. All right, so you can combine the two.
Right.
And can like multiple people be logged in? So if I were logged in right now to board.com, I could be collaborating with you on this what you're drawing.
Exactly. And you would see everybody else's cursors on the screen.
Gotcha.
You could point to things. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you can create a grid of multiple pages. And you could say that, hey, my first slide will be topics. Suddenly I've lost my ability to type.
Yeah.
So topics. Second will be, let's say, customer segmentation.
Gotcha.
And third will be, let's say, the cost structure.
Right.
So you can storyboard together. You can, draw on it as well, And finally, you can actually, import a presentation that you're already working on.
Okay.
And then once you have this here, you're able to add slides, delete slides, move the slides, and then work on your sort of V2 of the presentation. It'll show up in just a second. So there you go. So now you have all these slides. You can move slides. You can, mark up these slides and so on. And you can add new slides in between.
Okay. So how is this different than a tool like ones that I haven't used a whole lot, but I know that some people use for collaborative work? We have Mural and Miro. How is this use case different, or capabilities of this tool different?
So there are a couple of differences. One is Miro and Mural are infinite whiteboards and require a little bit of a learning curve to get comfortable with. Second, the use cases that they are targeting are slightly different. So if you need a big whiteboard where you put a framework together, maybe a product roadmap, maybe a phase plan. So one or a few people will put it together with a lot of work before the meeting.
Mhm.
And then, if you invite, let's say 10 people, they are all essentially putting post-it notes and moving them around. So for that kind of engagement, Miro and Mural are both wonderful tools. But for spontaneous collaboration, drawing and writing, and working on presentations and outlines, an infinite board does not really help there. So that's the reason we have this concept of pages and grid rather than an infinite board.
Right. It's more of a tool for management consultants that are working to put a deck
Right.
together, is what you
Exactly.
built. All right. And how is it different, say, than just getting on maybe Google Slides together, where you could have multiple people logged in at the same time, working on different slides? Like, how is it kind of different from that?
So the main difference is the ability to draw and mark up.
Gotcha.
It's very difficult to have 5 people drawing together where you can see everybody else's cursors, what they're pointing at, what they're drawing, both on PowerPoint and Google Slides. Those are very difficult to do.
All right. So if a consultant who's listening to the show was interested in using board.com, is there a pricing plan for it? Is it currently free? Or talk to me about if someone wants to check it out and use it.
So currently the whole product is free. We will eventually have a freemium model where some of the features will be under a paid plan. For instance, the ability to record a session, replay it, some security like single sign-on and so on. So once we launch those features, they'll be under a paid plan. But we plan to offer all the capabilities to our early users for maybe 1 year or 2 years, so they can use it, the unlimited version of it.
Okay. And how do you imagine people using the tool? So people could log in synchronously or asynchronously and draw stuff together, but then they're not hearing each other. So do you expect people to be doing kind of what we're doing, of doing a Zoom call together, and then instead of sharing the screen, like we would each be looking at our own board.com login, so we can hear each other talk while we draw? Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's the idea. So people are on a Zoom. You could either share your screen or not. You could also share some other screen like a presentation or some other screen while you're working on this.
Yeah.
But you could have a browser open with board and you can see where everybody else is at.
Gotcha. Maybe you could show us now, like, let's say that you want to invite me to collaborate with this. What's that look like?
So you just click on the share link.
Yep.
Copy link.
All right.
And one of the ways, you just copy link and put it on chat here.
Yeah. Why don't you put it in chat? We'll actually do this for real here.
Yeah.
All right. So this is real time, people. We're seeing if this works. All right. Let's see, where is.
So you'll have to use your Google login right now.
All right.
And it'll make you do like 2 quick steps before you can jump in.
Copy link. And let me see if I can paste this here. All right. Oh, no. Okay. Where's the chat? All right. Select all. Oh, copy. And then this is real time podcasting. This is
great.
All right. So I'm going now. I copied the link, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it into my browser. Copy that. So then I need to sign in with Google. Okay, I'll sign in with Google, and I'll sign in. And all right, so now I am signing in. All right, here we go. So let's see, and a few tips. It gives me some tips to get started. All
yeah.
Right. Gotcha. Next. All right, so now I'm able to. Oh, look at this. So I'm able to say, like, here I am. I'm saying, Will, that's my name. And I'm saying, let's do, hey, but if we do something like this, we do a typical, let's do a little boat chart here. I'm drawing my boat chart. And then underneath, if I type this, then I can start typing. Is this?
Yeah. Double click, just double click to type. Yeah.
And then say like first phase. All right, so look, this is real time listeners, where I've not used this tool before. And what do I do? A D, Control D? No, I just start typing. Okay.
Just hold D and move your mouse to draw.
Oh, I see. Hold. I got you. And then If I want to start typing, I just do it. Now we can type in second
Yeah.
phase. So super easy to learn how to use. You can see that I just learned how to use this tool myself, right? So, and we're now collaborating. So you can see me drawing a boat chart, typing in first phase, second phase, and so forth. So very quick to get started. And this would be, so you could get on a Zoom with your team, start editing things together. And I can imagine, I'm sure you have all sorts of ideas on how to integrate it. I can imagine one nice like tie up or partnership would be with a really capable PowerPoint production firm. So you could say, now that we've sort of done our hand-drawn stuff, hand it off to a firm that does PowerPoint production, and then get them to turn it into finished pages for you, or like to make all the edits that you just drew on your page. Would be kind of neat. All right.
Exactly.
That's cool. And then let's see if I go to so I'm looking at the board. I just see what you're showing, right? So you're like the master presenter. But if I click on a grid, and I click on a different page, does that show up for you? No, you'd have to show up on the page that I'm showing up, right?
So what you would do is you would go to the three dots on the top.
Yep.
And say, bring others to my page.
Oh, I see. There we go. Bring others to my page. Okay. So I just brought others to my page, and I tried to draw like a drawing on top. So if I just draw right here, okay, I gotcha. That's very cool. So now, Pankaj, are you currently at the point where you're still kind of beta testing and looking for feedback from users?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. That'd be amazing.
All right. So listeners, we're going to encourage you to check out this tool. And how can people give you the feedback, Pankaj? If people want to check this out and they like it, but there's some features missing that they would really like to see, what's the best way to contact you?
So they can write to me at pankaj@board.com, but they can also click on this bottom right here and send us a message. It'll come directly to me.
All right, fantastic. So check this out. It looks like a useful collaboration tool designed for management consultants by McKinsey alum, Pankaj Tibrewal, and board.com, where you can sign up for free. Check it out. Send Pankaj some feedback. He would love to hear it. Pankaj, thanks for joining today. This is great.
And thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. All right. Thanks for listening, and do go to board.com, BORD.com. Check out this collaboration tool that Pankaj is building and send him some feedback. How can it get better?